And our next winner in the executive leadership category is Patricia Metropolis. Patricia, you can go ahead and come up to the stage. So you're the president and CEO of Kathy's House. It's a nonprofit hospital guest house that provides a home away from home for patients and family members who travel to Milwaukee to access care. So since 2012, when she took the helm, occupancy at Kathy's House has gone from 50% to 90%, and annual revenues have doubled. Last year, 1,500 guests stayed at Kathy's House, but 200 families were turned away because it was full. Well, now she's leading efforts to build a new, larger facility so that you don't have to turn people away. And last year, Froedtert Hospital committed $6 million to this effort. So please welcome Patricia.
Good morning. Thank you, Adrian, and thank you, Dan, and to the Biz Times for hosting this event. It's truly one of my favorite events in Milwaukee, and I'm not just saying that because I'm being honored today, seriously. I just love this event, and I love hearing everything that's going on in Milwaukee. This award is especially meaningful to me and all of us from Kathy's House because 4 years ago, my predecessor and founder of Kathy's House, Dick Vogel, was also honored with the Healthcare Hero Award. Quite simply, if it wasn't for Dick, who founded Kathy's House in honor of his daughter, Kathy's House would not be here today. And my rowdy three tables wouldn't be here today either. Unfortunately, Dick passed away 4 years ago, but I'd like to think that he would be pleased that Kathy's House continues to be recognized and we are growing in the healthcare sector. One thing I love about working at Kathy's House is working alongside the rowdy group of people in the back of the room. I'm honored to be your leader and work alongside you every day. Another thing I also love is I have a front row seat to the groundbreaking care that is being offered here in Milwaukee. We serve about 1,500 guests a year that call Kathy's House home, half of whom are actually patients themselves. And I get to hear from them every day about the treatments and the care that they are receiving. I thank you all for the part you play in defining that care. For those of you that may not be that familiar with Kathy's House, we are a hospital guest house. We are a home for people who need to travel to Milwaukee to access care. And it is often the sort of advanced and life-saving care that we've heard about this morning. Most of the families who stay with us have a loved one with cancer, and it's often a more complex cancer that requires a bone marrow transplant or participation in a clinical trial. As a matter of fact, many of our guests are treated by Dr. Hari, who spoke earlier. We also support families affected by trauma. You may remember during the US Open that was held a couple years ago in Wisconsin that there was a blimp that unfortunately crashed. The pilot, his name was Trevor, ended up being treated initially at Froedtert for a spinal cord injury, but then he was transferred to the Columbia St. Mary's Burn Center, where he received treatment for several months. During that time, his wife from Atlanta, as well as his mother, stayed at Kathy's House while Trevor recovered at Columbia St. Mary's. Kathy's House is a lot like the Ronald McDonald House and the Fisher's House, which is also in Milwaukee. But we are different in that we serve patients of all ages and their family members, and we serve all the hospitals in Milwaukee and specialty clinics, including behavioral health clinics. As I mentioned, we're also different in that half of the guests who stay with us are actually patients themselves who are receiving prolonged outpatient care. Unfortunately, there is currently a wide disparity in the number of available rooms we have to serve patients and those in need of affordable lodging. The good news is, as Adrian mentioned, we are planning to build a new facility that will essentially double our capacity. We are scheduled to break ground in 2019 and move into our new facility in 2020. In addition to being bigger, our new facility is being designed to be the national model in hospital guest housing, not only in the amenities of our physical structure, but also in the services we will be providing to our guests, which are designed to best promote positive patient outcomes along with caregiver wellness. All of us at Kathy's House are looking forward to continuing to serve all of the hospitals and clinics in Milwaukee and to do so in a bigger and better facility. Thank you.